Good morning, honey. Here we go again. Seemed I met you when my love went away. I tossed and turned and waiting for you. Good morning, heartache. What's new? Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Hello, hello, hello. I know y'all, it is early. I know some of y'all like, damn, just Krista kept coming on here earlier and earlier and earlier and earlier. Shoot, they told me growing up, it's the early bird that catch the worm. So that part. But good morning to all of you who would come in. Shout out to all of y'all that have been watching my live. Shout out to all of y'all that's been watching the replay. Gang, gang, gang. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that support my channel in any way that you support me. You are appreciated over here. Okay. Shout out to everybody that thumbs me up and share me out. Just know that I say a special prayer for you. Now I pray for everybody that support my channel. Okay. And some of y'all that don't. But I pray for all of you. But those of you who thumbs me up and share me out, just know that I say a special prayer just for you. I ask God to work it out in your favor. Okay, as long as it's not against me. All right, whatever it is, I don't need to know what it is. I just ask Him to work it out in your favor. All right, if you can do that little extra for me, I can sure do that little extra for you. Now, y'all know I ain't gonna be on here before y'all long. Shout out to my old subbies. What's up? And thank y'all for allowing me to be me. Y'all know y'all the best. Just for that alone, y'all the best. All right. No matter what I come on here and say, no matter what I come on here and do, y'all allow me to be me. Okay. And I appreciate y'all for that. Shout out to the new subbies. What's up? I am your host, Just Krista. My pledge and my promise is I promise to entertain you. And if for some reason you find you are not being entertained, I'm asking that you just tap me on my shoulder, whichever one you choose. We'll add some lighter fluid to that thing and fire it up, okay? That's what we'll do just for you. Now, can we get into this week? Out here on these YouTube streets, this week has been, whoa, okay? It has been something to talk about. Hey, Jeanette, good morning. Thanks for my roses. Yes, good morning, Krista and everyone. Good morning, darling. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I be having Mr. Curry in one ear and I have y'all in my other ear. And sometimes I be forgetting that he on the phone because it might be like a little quiet moment or whatever. We be on FaceTime a lot. And I'll be like, what? What just happened? And he be talking, he said, what? What you talking about? I'll be like, oh, no. I was just looking at something on the internet. I'm getting closer and closer and closer to telling him that I do YouTube. I'm getting closer and closer to it, y'all. I just told him, I was like, no, I said, I be watching stuff on the internet. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, what they got going on now? And I'm like, honey, I don't know if you want to know about this. But anyway, I'll be sharing, like my good people that I watch and that I affiliate with. I'll be sharing some of their little things that they have going on with him. Because I'm like, child, if I shared this other stuff, you'll be wondering what type of what is you into? What are you watching? Do you have a secret life? Which do I have a secret life? If I haven't told him that I do YouTube, do that make my life a little? Do that means I'm holding a secret from him? I got to think about that. I just don't know. Like, I know he's not really much of an internet person, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to tell him that I do YouTube. You know, although I think a lot of what I do here on YouTube has changed. I think I was forced to change because if it was up to me, I would be the Chris I used to be. Coming on here, with the candles and stuff and talking about love and relationships and sex and all of that great stuff. But that ain't that ain't what's that ain't what's going on. Not in that way. Now they talking about love and sex and folks touching folks and without permission or making them feel some kind of way when they touching them, but it's not the way that I used to present it to the YouTube. So anyway, I'll be doing some other stuff out here and talking about some other stuff. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But anyway, this week has been a doozy. This week, and listen, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of stuff that I seen, that I heard, that I'm like, what? This was going on? This whole thing about this guy and making the young man feel uncomfortable, and now finding out that the young man is on some heavy some heavy stuff out here, some of that good stuff. I just say the good stuff. It puts things in a different place. At the same time, you got to be careful when you're dealing with people that's out here on that stuff, especially when they make certain remarks and they say certain things. You can't underestimate them, because those type of people, they do, or they put themselves in certain positions with you for a reason, because they will use you as a money pit. They're very, very crafty. People that's out here on that stuff are very, very crafty. Okay. And especially if you out here exploiting, you got money and you got this and you got that, they be like, oh, okay. Now I knew a lady once. She slept with this guy. Now the guy, he was kind of slow, but he was able to he got SSI, and he was able to get he was able to work. He had I don't know if they still call it that, but they used to call it a ticket to work. And so he would work like at grocery stores and stuff, cleaning, bringing in the carts and different things like that. And being out here out here in these streets, you run into different people with different lifestyles and different things. And the lady one day had asked him for some money, and so he gave her some. Now she was on that stuff. So he gave her some money, and then before you know it, she was always asking him for money. So one day, she said he had told her to come to his house, that he had left his wallet at home. So she went to his house and got some money. And the next time she went, she gave him a little bit of poom poom. Okay. She gave him a little bit of that good stuff that she carry around. Okay. That stuff she got from her mama and her daddy. And from there, she kept coming back, asking him for money all the time. Now I done told you, this man, he can't work a whole lot. He got problems. He just a little something to keep a little change in his pocket and keep him busy. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, and thanks for being a member, you and Jeanette. Tracy, I got my card yesterday, so I have to go back in and sign up for you guys' memberships. My new card came in finally yesterday. Now, they said they sent it out in April. Why it took a whole month for me to get my new Cash App card, I have no idea. So I just want y'all to know, if in case y'all seen that um my membership, because I don't know how that go, that it wasn't renewed. That's why. And I know I said in a couple of videos, but I know we don't always get to watch everything that everybody say, or we kind of pop in and kind of go through it. But I just wanted to let y'all know, because I do appreciate, especially y'all that are members to me. The least I can do, be a little member to y'all. And then I like the way my name light up. When I'm over there, I'm like, oh shit, y'all see it. Hey, 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 Okay, let me stop. But anyway, okay, boom. But yeah, so she started going to his house. And then the one day after that, he told her, he's like, I ain't got no, don't stop coming to my house. Stop asking me for money. What she told him was, I'm going to the police and say that you hurt me. Y'all know, And that man was so upset. And so I was like, girl, I said, you can't tell somebody you gonna do that. I said, that's not cool. But he was giving her money. So then the one day he had to go and talk to the one guy, because she was coming on the job. And his one job at that time at the supermarket, they had him mopping and sweeping up in the meat department. And we was in the store, me and my friend Karen, they used to come on here with me, the one that's on Love After Lockup, her son. We were in the store and they were back there talking. And I remember him saying, oh no, get away from here, get away from here. And so she was like, you think I won't go to the police right now? You think I won't call them right now? And his boss came out and got involved. And then before you know it, they had to actually get adult protection involved to keep this woman away from him. And so because she kept telling him that she was going to go to the police, and he was holding it and keeping it. He was nervous because he did sleep with her, not knowing, child, she ain't going to no doggone police, because that happened so long ago. She didn't had many of them up in her since then. They wouldn't know who to go after, whose stuff was who up in her. But that was part of her hustle. Okay. I know some other people, and I'm not gonna say who they is. I've had family members that have, been out there in them streets, selling that good stuff, Some of them is no longer here with us, and some, is still here with us, but they've changed their lifestyle. And some of them, I won't say what they do. They just do what they do. But just hearing some of the stories and some of the stuff and seeing some of the things that people that's on that stuff will do, especially for money, to get money and stuff out of you, they get a little desperate. See, sometimes people think, oh, the only thing they'll do is go steal somebody's TV out their house, or they'll go and break in somebody's store, or take a couple of things out the store. No, 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 no. That's not the only thing they'll do. Good morning, Grandma Love. Good morning. Thanks for being a member. That's not the only thing that they'll do. Okay? They're real, real crafty. They're real dangerous. When you're dealing with people that's on this stuff, and I look at Lemon's age, he's in his 30s. I still kind of think there's some type of slowness there, some type of, it takes a lot to get through to them, or it might take a specific person, somebody else, to get through to let him know what's going on. And that, because it's still a lot of childlike behavior where he's not recognizing his age. Okay. He's not acting like the average 30-something year old, and so there's still a lot of immaturity there, and there's still a lot of fa la 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 la. This is just a game. We just playing, but you don't know. When people are out here on that stuff, They're around people of all ages that can tell them and instruct them into doing all types of stuff. And when you in your 20s, those are ages where, you pick up on some things. You know, you're learning how you going to get through whatever it is you going to get through in life. You're learning yourself. You're learning different things. So my advice would be I would drop them mugs like they was hot potatoes. Like they was some type of fresh disease straight up off the market that they didn't announced on the news. Stay away from everybody that, you know, that they got hair or whatever. You know, I would cut that off cold turkey. Okay. Or in some cases you might have to wean some people away because what that young man said, and I heard a couple of people playing it on their their lives yesterday. And we got plans for you. Who is we? You see what I'm saying? And just him talking about how he met the person and how things went down with the person. Now I seen Lemon's house. Okay. I seen in his home. If you was to take somebody in like that, a lot of the behavior and stuff that went on can be questioned. Why you just didn't let the young man sit in your living room, maybe on your couch or in a chair? The whole thing was you said that you was allowing this person to rest up or something or get themselves where they can be able to get themselves where they need to go. Hey, Sarah. Good morning. Good morning. He got furniture in his home. You know what I'm saying? The bedroom is not the only place that person could have went. And I mean, now we know you don't live alone. Okay. I've been told y'all he lived with his mom. But even in that case, you're going around and you're saying that you live alone. This is where I'm talking about. You got to be careful with the lies and different things that you on here telling because you don't know how that can affect you in your real life. You see what I'm saying? Because in somebody else will say, well, you say you live alone, so why you couldn't let that person sit in your living room? You the only one at your house. And that person that you invited into your home, why did y'all have to end up in the bedroom? And now people is going to be looking to this young man, See, so somewhere the lies and stuff that you're telling, or you're going to have to do like a lot of us have done at this point with YouTube. It's just certain things we're not willing to share. It's just certain things we're not willing to talk about. It's just certain things that ain't none of your damn business. If you're somebody from YouTube or anything, it's none of your motherfucking business. What the fuck I'm doing or how I'm living, who I'm hanging with or whatever the hell is going on in my life. Now you might say, well, damn, people not going to really want to fuck with me or they ain't probably going to start watching my lives. They probably going to shy away. That's okay. That's okay. We all take a little hit. Some of us take a bigger hit than others. Whatever it is. But at the same goddamn time, guess what? You motherfuckers ain't in my business. I ain't got the goddamn police knocking at my damn door. I can sleep good at night. Yeah, you're going to have to make a decision. Because all the lies and this and that and all of this, I know what I'm doing and all of that. Nature Boy and them knew what they was doing too. Nature Boy was actually taping the shit. He was like, I didn't hit these women. I wasn't doing it. They was hitting each other. But they was up under your authority. You were the one telling them that if they did not do it, this and that would be part of their punishment. See, don't think you so smart that you got all the answers. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's sitting in jail right now who thought they were so smart and they had all the answers. And they say the same thing that he was saying yesterday over there at Pizarro's now. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't did nothing. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't did nothing. Until some detective or somebody come to your door and say, Okay, well, this, that, and the other thing. So my whole thing is be careful. Be careful. Okay? You got to be very, very careful what you out here doing and stuff, you know. And you think that these motherfuckers here on YouTube getting ready to come to that courtroom and they gonna be the ones sitting there. If they do come to the courtroom, they come in there so they can come back home and give commentary on your ass. Who in the area that's going to the court? Y'all going to the courtroom? Okay, because we coming back. This gonna be commentary. In the meantime, your whole life, your real life is being affected. You're being looked at, or you're being said that this and that. And then they said some of these people is under the age of 21. Yeah. You got to be very, very careful. This is a different type of world that we're living in. Puff Daddy them, they thought they had it all sold up. You think Puff Daddy them and R. Kelly and all of them people just went out here doing different things that they was doing and that and this and all of that? They figured, look at R. Kelly when he came on that woman's show. What was it Oprah's Friends show when he came up there to talk and he was, I ain't got nothing to hide. And he was screaming and crying and yelling and all of this shit. But look at where he's sitting right now. Some of the stuff that went on, they were so high, and Puff Daddy, all of them people, they were so high and so drunk on other stuff and everything. They didn't remember some of the stuff that even went on that people was accusing them of. And you know why the people can get away with that? Here's why. Because they have record of you saying, and people got records of you stating and in the position where you, oh, I did that. I was so drunk. I didn't even know I did that. You got to be careful with that. Or I was so high, we didn't even know we did that. You know, or somebody saying, oh, he put something in my drink, or this person. Look at Bill Cosby now. I'm just saying, do you really think that these people thought that what they were doing or how they made somebody else feel by their actions would land them behind bars and stuff? You know what I'm saying? You just got to be very, very careful with what you're doing out here. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Everybody that's smiling in your face is not your friend. Everybody that invites you up on their panel, they're not inviting you up there because they're looking out for your good. You don't know who's behind whatever could come about this. Now that tape is being played everywhere. That young man's voice and what that young man said to you is being played everywhere. That young man said what he said and he didn't take a thought. He didn't pause. He didn't anything. He said what he said. 1, 2, 3. He knew exactly what he was saying. He knew exactly how he felt. This is my opportunity to get it out. And even with you pausing yourself and muting yourself on different panels, the way you kept trying to keep it on this and that and trying to laugh, even over at YT's, I was watching over at YouTube cameras, and you was talking about the one thing and you kept laughing. And then when they was talking about, roll that tape, listen to that tape, it was a part of you that kind of quiet down, you know, as if you was really focused. And that's how you should be. That's how you should be. At some point, you're going to have to tell people, we're going to leave that alone. Stop asking me about that. Stop talking to me about that. Because you don't know what somebody is doing in the background. You have offended a lot of people. You've said a lot of things about a lot of people. You've made people feel some kind of way. And again, I'll say this. Everybody that's smiling in your face, They not looking out for your best interests. Hey, Shauna Boo. Hey, Nisi Pooh. What's up, baby? I heard that something went down with you. I was glancing through Lady Nika's this morning because I didn't even know she had went live. And I heard there's something that went down with you too. I hope you okay. Good morning, Shakim. Good morning, my baby. Good morning. But yeah, you gonna have to be really, really careful. You know, he probably don't watch my channel pretty much like I don't watch his like that, but I'm just speaking on the stuff that I seen that went on this week here on YouTube. And that's a real hot topic. That's a real that's a real serious thing, and I understand they got some stuff going on in Discord where different ones is fighting and arguing and got differences. Yeah, I'll tell someone what happened at some point today. Okay, Shauna. But I know they got some things going on, this, that, and the other thing. And that's another thing. When you got when you got a bunch of women together like that, it's bound to be some type of static. And I mean, yeah, it is. And especially when you got certain types of women. Now that beans and I just like the way Pizarro said it. I used to call her beans and slop, but that beans and shit, she wants to be in control of somebody. She don't care who, what situation. I heard her, I think she said she got kids. So at some point, if she's that bossy here online, she's probably that bossy with her children. And they probably been shunned away from her, or half the shit that's going on in their life. They be like, don't even tell mama. Nobody wants to be bothered with people like that. And she's always trying to run things or feel like she's the one with the best ideals and this and that. A couple of the other people, that I've seen that she's, I guess, kind of tight with, to me, they're the type of people that they'll let you have control. Probably until you make them mad. You know what I'm saying? She had been started her own thing. So she got her own thing going as a spinoff from his thing, and all of this stuff that they got going on over there. It's just a bunch of women shit. Then you got that it running around, that sour uh patch that we don't know what's going on with it. Running around inserting theirself, and it's just a whole lot. And wait a minute, Shauna. Let me see what she said. Women in a group can be very toxic, yeah, and passive aggressive. Beings is someone who claims to be the head witch in charge. Oh, okay. At work and home, but if that's true, she wouldn't be here looking for control. Exactly. Well, she did discuss, the whole thing with her husband and all of that stuff. Shakim, Tracy, speaking to Shakim, okay. And Shauna, okay, speaking to them. If that was true, and I'd say this about any woman, especially if you're going to marry a man or something, no woman is actually giving their husband, boyfriend, fiance, king, whatever you want to call them, permission to go out here and be with other women. That is one thing that will hurt you to your fucking heart. Unless, even if they got them another man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Lemon. was nasty to you, babe, Shanna. Oh, that's Tracy. Um, and you know what, Tracy? And it's all right that you and others have apologized to Shauna for that. But nobody can apologize for another person's actions. That person is going to have to come and apologize because whatever went on was they did that. Shauna know that you and the other people would never do her like that. That person has to come through with that apology. You're sweet that you support him and everything to even say that to her to to help protect her feelings, and that's nice. But that person needs to come to themselves and say, whatever it was. I don't know what it was. I wasn't there, but I've heard different ones speak about it this morning. But no woman is going to actually sit up there and be all right with their husband or somebody just sleeping with other women. I was listening to that little pimp that Rusto child, and y'all know I just don't like him. When him and Lemon pulled their little son over here on my channel and all of that, and then all the stuff that had went on before that, I don't like him. I wouldn't give a damn how it went. Okay. But when I heard that little sissy uh up there telling whoever it was that was saying something to him, I think it was Lemon, saying something to him about his wife, and he talking about, oh, I was upset and I'll never talk to him and I don't like him because of what he said about my wife. Okay. What makes your wife any different from anybody else that probably don't want to fuck with Lemon's ass after the shit that came out of his fucking mouth about somebody that they love and care about, or hell, just about themselves? But you was all up in the business like the little sissy that you is. And then you want to sit there and say, when he says something about your wife don't want you, your wife's pussy is bad or something. And he said, my wife be sitting up there holding the camera while I'm with other people. That alone lets you know, nigga, your dick is whack, and so is her cooch. Or her cooch might be good, but your shit is whack, which I think you stink. I'm gonna go on and say it the way it really is. I think your mustache smell like, and I said that over there at Snoop's place, I think that's an ash stash. I think your mustache smell like pure ass. And you're not telling me that that woman don't want you, that she's up under some type of suspicion that it's not a lady that you want. Now, you tried to tell Snoop when I had shared with Snoop, I was like, this nigga I got pictures of this nigga with his goddamn pinky finger up in the air. And they was like, what? Drinking with his pinky finger in the air. Now, he said that he do that because it's polite, or it's something, some kind of way he said it. Stop lying. Stop lying. Everybody know that you are a flaming sissy. The way you and Envy and Ghetto and who else went hard for Lemon. The way y'all was going hard for that man against a woman, everybody know what y'all are. Everybody know that y'all like y'all chakra played with. Okay? And then you looking at some of y'all, the same ones that say, well, we only date this type of woman. Oh, and that eggplant face sissy one. That binary one. We already know what y'all into. We already know the reason that y'all get so offended and so defensive when it comes to Lemon and whatever type of relationship, friendship, whatever it is that he got going on. Y'all are so involved, not just for clicks and views, because y'all are emotionally attached. Y'all feminine side is speaking through. We know that. The smart, intelligent women, We know that. We know y'all not interested. Anytime you over there taking up for another man, taking up for another man, that thick, that heavy, is for a reason. It's for a reason. You want something. You want something. You want some of that boom boom. You want some of his chitlins. You want it. Now, some of y'all already got y'all mouth over the other person's anus. We already know that. But y'all willing to share. And can we get some of yours too? Disgusting. And then want to sit out here and talk about the gay men and sit up here and be quick to say, oh, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. Child, the gay community wouldn't want y'all. They wouldn't want y'all. What the fuck they want y'all there for? Anyway, y'all say y'all ain't. Others say different. And according to some of y'all wives and girlfriends that no longer want you, sitting up there watching you be with another woman and all of that, that's because that person don't want you. Women, we deal with our emotions. Once our emotions is gone, baby, you can pack your bags and leave whenever you get good and damn ready to. You can get the hell on so that I can live my life. Yeah. Wait a minute, I don't want to miss y'all comments by running my mouth. Hold on, Shauna. She shared a horrible life event that made me understand her a bit more. And for a minute I played back. But then I realized she is but then I realized she is okay, too considering my trauma. So what the fuck should I do the same for her? Okay, I think you're talking about that beans and shit. And Tracy, you don't owe me no apology, love. That was a deep demon inside of him that he tries to control with the drink. I know you love me, huh? Yeah, Tracy's sweet. She's sweet. Shauna, I just felt awful after that. I do love you. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised he went that. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was surprised he went that. Okay, far, especially because I wasn't coming for him. But again, it's not about me. Okay, Shauna. Well, I don't know exactly what it was and all of that. And you know, a lot of people keep giving him a pass on the whole alcohol thing and all of that. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Number one, he's not that damn fucking drunk. Okay. Anybody can put a little slur in their voice and say, hey, y'all think that I'm just, and fuck y'all and all of that stuff. It's like a character. It's like a character. She said true. That's just a character. No different than I came on here and played like I was so hopelessly devoted to you. It's a character. It's for entertainment. The only part that I don't feel like is entertainment is when he's bringing in his real life people that he actually can reach out and touch on a daily. And now he's bringing that into the whole YouTube thing for, I guess, for clicks and views. That's where I feel like, you know what? You fucking up now. Whatever you can't get out of YouTube or whatever, you better leave it right there. And then okay, so now you're no longer making thousands. Then guess what? Go get you another job. Because them extra coins that you making, you might be needing that to give to a lawyer. Okay, and especially if you're gonna get you a good one. So I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful bringing your real life, everyday life on here, and motherfuckers is tuning in and out here critiquing, but then you still got people out here that you're falling out with, you're making enemies with. They done doxed you. They know where you live. Anybody can send anybody to your house and do anything. Be careful. Okay. I was over there also. I was watching James, and James was talking about um that black burn up bitch. I guess been starting with James, that Trish bitch. And that shit had me rolling. That shit had me rolling. And then when he was talking about the last name and all of that, I said to myself, hell yeah. That name reminded me of some guy that probably lost everything and needed somewhere to go, homeless, soup kitchen, and she fell in love with the last name and asked him, can you take me down to the courthouse? Because women like her, they want to be somebody else. They don't really like the person that they are. They try to like that person, but they hate the person that they are. And let's face it, if your voice and stuff was annoying like hers is, if you were an annoying person like she is, if you was a person that just don't get it and insert yourself in other people's stuff for no fucking reason, no man is actually sexually attracted to you. And we all know that makes a woman feel good. Okay. Hey, Catherine Fowles. What's up, baby? Good morning. Now, listen, Catherine, I got to give you a wrench because I have some things to go down over here. So, and I don't want that to ever happen. So I hope that's okay with you. And thanks for stopping in, sis. Thank you. It's good to see you. Let's face it. Nobody wants to be bothered with that lady. That lady is annoying. That's fine. Okay. I just like to tell people because I've had some people say, don't give me no wrench. And I'll be like, okay, I understand. Because, if so I like to tell people ahead of time. That way I don't have to worry. I know my faves and people that, want to talk over here. They can feel free to talk and I don't have to worry that, they've been blocked out or something like that. It makes me feel more comfortable. But thanks for stopping in, sis. But yeah, I was I said it must sucks to be you. I looked at her. I said, it must really sucks to be you. And did over there fucking with James. Girl, go find you something else to do. Go find you something else to fucking do. James has always been James. James, hey, Miss Piggy. What's up, baby? I was just telling Dovey I got to get over there to her channel. I've been on the wrong channel. I'm subscribed to the wrong channel. I think she's been on her Dovey. When she came over here, Dovey Milton 3. So I got to get over there to that channel. I was supposed to do it yesterday and I got all tied up in some stuff. But it's good to see you, sis. Over there fucking with James. James has always been James. James has never, ever thought he was better than nobody and all of that, whatever it is that you trying to make him out to be. He has always been James. And I remember, like if he like you, he like you. If he like your channel, he like your channel. If he supports your channel, he coming over and support your channel. No different than anybody else. I can remember there's many times we would all be up on Blab and stuff together. And it was through him that other larger YouTubers came over because they was like, well, what's going on over there? Wait a minute, James over there too, you know? And we would just have a good time, and they would come over and hang out with me. I no big, huge YouTuber, you know, not on YouTube. Now I was kind of big in on other apps like Periscope and YouNow. I mean, YouTube, I was kind of like out there, I stood out a little bit in the crowd. It was a little bit of, is that BBW? You know what I'm saying? Uh, I wonder where Dovey and James are. Okay. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't know if I've just been missing it or what. I got to go and look it up. But James was always one of the people that would come over and hang out with us and just have a good time. Him, Sean, Lady Nika. It was actually through Sean that me and my Jamaican friend, who I still reach out and talk to him all the time. Sean was the one who was like, girl, go on and talk to the man. And I always say, me and him always say Sean hooked us up, you know. I had a lot of friends back then, a lot of male friends. One day, all of them came up into the room. It was about 5 of them. Y'all, that day was hilarious. And, because I would talk to different ones of them at different times. Toochie, Toochie. Hey, wait a minute. Is this, to my piece, is this Tucci that's actually here? We was over on Lemon's channel together and come to find out you actually live near here and you actually knew me. Is this her? Anyway, let me know. But yeah, we've always had a good time. And actually, when James was talking about their Vegas trip, I remember when they went to Vegas the first time. Believe it or not, they had came into my they was all in Vegas and they had came into my blab. And at the time, I think me and Sean had got into it. And I think even me and Lady Nika had got into it. So when they had came into my thing, I was like, oh, shoot. And they was like, BBW, ain't nobody thinking about that stuff. You see, we talking to you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I was a little nervous because I know when we got into it, we got into it. And ever since then, we never had another problem. Me and Sean, me and Lady Nika. But I remember them coming up into my thing, my blab. And then when James was even talking about when him and Sean went to put on the second Vegas thing. And yes, everything that he was saying was so true. They was taking us every part of the way. Him and Sean really did the whole thing. I can remember them grocery shopping. I can remember James cooking, him and Sean. They did stop that bus and go into the liquor store to make sure everybody had their liquor. It was really everything that he was saying. I was just saying, wow, I remember those times. I remember that when he was talking, I was like, oh shit, I remember that. Yes. And it was a lot of good times. And I agree with James too when he was saying that part about when him and Sean decided, hey, we gonna go our own way. And yeah, it was just like he said it was. It was. I remember that. And so it was just interesting, to hear, the stories. And I guess like a lot of the people was talking about over at and I still got to go watch her video so I can see who y'all was talking about. What's her name? Deanna video of her live, and they were saying that a couple of the people from the beef sector, I guess the original beef sector thing, had showed up and different things and stuff. You know, yeah, it makes you. It just, I don't know. It just make you feel like, wow, I remember that. You know, and it make you feel good, especially. You know, it wasn't always good times, but we had some good times back then. YouTube was a little different. We could share a lot of personal things. We was able to share our family. Um, like me, I would be on always sharing, you know, my nieces and nephews and different things that was going on in my family, my sisters and brothers and mamas and all types of stuff. Uh, Different ones of them, of course, you know, would share their children and grandchildren, them that have them. You know, it was a little bit different. Um, this is a new YouTube. This is new the way things is right now. Um, it's a little different. You know, it make you pause before you do a whole lot of things. It make you pause before you say a whole lot of things, you know. Um, but once you don't say it and once you take that pause and then you see the shit that could come behind it, if you wouldn't have, you'd be like, that's okay. Thank God, because it wouldn't have mattered. And they would have twisted and turned that shit and did this and that. Never mind. Mm-mm. Let me keep all this shit YouTube friendly. Fuck that, you know. But yeah, I was listening to him as well. Dovey has been covering the Diddy trial. Oh, she has. It's been on all week. Okay. Hey, 3000. Good morning, baby. Good morning, sir. Thanks for my roses. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Grand Rising. Yeah, I wanted to watch the Diddy trial, but I didn't like it that they wasn't gonna have the cameras in the courtroom. I mean, it's all right to hear other people's opinion about it and stuff, but I like to see the stuff for myself. You know, I really do. I like to see it for myself. Yes, I do. But yeah, this week YouTube has been a blast. I was even shocked to see that Queen Pisces was into it. I was like, what? I know Queen Pisces can be a little feisty, you know, but she's one of those people that when she come through, she gonna come through, she gonna say what she gotta say. And if it's a misunderstanding, it's a misunderstanding or whatever. And then she out of that. Okay. Now she back amongst these streets being, you know, the sexy motherfucker that she is. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all of that. You know, fuck that fighting and shit. I'm a lover. I'm not a fighter. Okay? I fight if I have to, but other than that, shit, I'm here, you know, I'm here to flirt and all of that. Hey, Malik, what's going on? Malik, now you know, Malik, I mentioned you yesterday, and I was like, okay, now this person talking about he's having a straight men's panel. I said, but I didn't know that they, who was it that they said? Oh, they said they're going to have Ken on there too. I just found out. I didn't hear that person say Ken before. But I was like, out of all the people that they mentioned, the only straight man is Malik. And now I know Ken. Because them other men, child, that stuff is questionable. I think Malik would, I think you would do good by yourself. Anyway, cameras would never be allowed in the courtroom. It's a federal trial, if I am not mistaken. Oh, so what was the trial of the other people's? I'm serious. Child, I know a real man. I've been around here a long time. Okay. Now I know there's some things I come on here and I play around with and all of that stuff. But listen, I know how real men give it up. And uh-uh. Uh-uh. They don't say certain things. They don't act certain ways. They don't. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. No, no, no. Yeah. It's just automatic. They don't even get up and just say, hey, I'm not doing, no, it's just, it's not going down that way. Mm-mm. Don't even try it. But yeah, so that's something else that's been going on. Just funny you say that. My wife, wait a minute, gotta put that on there. My wife thinks the same thing. I know she do. I know she do. I mean, cause hello. Huh. Lovely love. Good morning. You listening and exercising? Oh, good morning, lovely love. Lovely love. You already know. Thank you. Thank you for everything, sis. Thank you. Thank you for everything. But Malik, yeah, I think. And then when I heard that mother freaker talking about that it's not for them, it's all for me, and they gonna be. I'm like, is who he think he? What you think you pimping somebody? No shade, ghetto or Ken. Yeah, I'm like, who? Where men are leaders. So these men got, you're going to be their leader and they're supposed to hop to it when you say come hop to it and come jump. Nah, it don't work like that. That's not going to go over well. That's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And not only that, Malik's wife has a channel. Even if Malik don't want to do his channel, his wife have a channel. I mean, come on now. And Malik has a certain reputation when he's on here. He presents himself like a man. When he talk, people listen. He have good advice. He have it's just the way that he carry himself, and that person carry their no, that person. Ugh, I'm sorry, that sissy behavior. Hey, Dreamy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Mm. Listen to your wife. Yeah, that part. Um, I also enjoyed Jay Wilson coming up on Pizarro's thing yesterday and talking. Now Jay Wilson, I was like, child, teach, talk about it. Jay Wilson was talking about that shit too. He was like, now wait a minute, you this, that, and the other thing. You know, Jay Wilson was making a lot of sense yesterday too. You know, I like when he, get on and talk. I be up in his bushes a lot of times too. Jay Wilson dragged from the okay. No, see, I like that part of Jay Wilson. I guess probably because I like it when he ain't on me about something. Because he usually had me wrong. He usually had me a little twisted to the side, And I'd be like, wait a minute, Pastor, you know what? Forget it. Just give me I'm getting out of this church. Bye. Yeah, since you was the first to call out that weird shit. And I said it. Dreamy, I know a couple of people did. Dreamy, I've been around here for a long time. I keep telling y'all, I appreciate God giving me, youthful looks and a youthful personality at times and the youthfulness that I still, but at the end of the day, you got to remember, I'm still going to be 55. I'm still over a half a hundred. Okay. So I know some things. I didn't see some things. I didn't experience some things. I know how life go. I didn't live this life. I didn't been around some people. Hey, OG Mike. What's up, baby? Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. I know how things go. I know how, like I said, I wasn't I never actually said that he did, and I know they keep saying that I said that. I never actually said that he did something to his niece and or to the other thing, other situation. I was simply saying it don't look right. I'm sorry, y'all, I was doing that. It don't look right. It's not a good look. You could find yourself in a bad position. Not only that, you don't know what somebody else is setting you up for. Yes, I remember you saying that. Thank you, Dreamy. Thank you. Thank you. Because that's all that I was saying. You got to look out for yourself. I was actually trying to help him. Although I was pissed the fuck off and that he had came at me crazy and this, that, and the other thing, and whatever else was going on, I was still trying to look out for him. It never looked right. He's almost 40. Okay. Hanging around with young men. Yeah. You got to be careful. And they're not of age. They're not of age. You can find yourself they're going to be looking at you like, no, you was sitting up here, uh, call yourself grooming them. Even when he was describing what happened with him, far as the situation, how the young man ended up in his bed and all of this other stuff, that don't look right. That don't sound right. That's not a defense. That's not a defense. And my whole thing is too, I kind of blame those people over, not blame them because I blame nobody but the person that's doing what they're doing. Okay. But at the same time, how come all those people over here in that Discord didn't tell him about that? How come there was some older women over there, some of them my age and older, and some of them got kids and all of this other stuff. How come this was something that you guys just sat over there and said, oh, that's a good choice that you're making to be out here doing this and that and saying all of this? No. It's sickening how these people allow to talk to them crazy. Wait a minute, let me see what the other word they put. It's sickening how these people allow a big sissy talk to them crazy. Yeah. Yeah, OG might. Yeah, see. It's a lot of what I see. How do they let him all over their stuff, supposed to be drunk and supposed to be acting some kind of way? Unless they, you know what I'm saying? Child, get the hell on. He's so sweet. Yeah. It don't look right. Like I told him, like I tell some people, when I used to keep my little nephew, and I don't know who it was. I think it was my one cousin, and I told her, I said, let me get up. I got to go put some clothes on. And she said, for what? I thought your niece, I thought you was babysitting your nephew. Even from when my nephew was a little baby, I never walked around my nephew without a bra on and clothes. Never. Always conducted myself a certain way. And even when my niece was in my house, I was, going with Corey. We was in and out, but I never had Corey over to my house when my niece was home. The only way Corey could come over and stay at my house is if my niece was gone, like for the weekend, like to her father's or somewhere, to maybe just spend the weekend, at my sister's or something like that. Good morning, Pretty Black TV. Good morning. Never. Number one, that's not my daughter. That's my brother's daughter. And I chose my brother chose me and my mom, to raise her. Okay. When my mom was no longer here, I had her in my home. My grandkids call me beloved. Okay. Yeah. And so when I made that choice, no, nigga, you can't come to my house and my niece is here. Now, when I had brought that to YouTube, they would, oh, what are you trying to say? That Corey would have tried to do something to your niece? No. Corey, I never even thought it. Corey, he's not that type of man. Okay. I already know that. But I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. This is her house. And if she want to run upstairs because she left her hairbrush or something in the upstairs bathroom, and she just want to wrap her towel around her and put her underwear on and just run upstairs because she noticed it's just me and her in the house, which, I mean, that never really happened, but I'm just saying. Or if she just want to, how girls sometimes they don't want to sleep with a bra and clothes and all of this other stuff on. I'd be going to my menopause happy. So okay, pretty black. But whichever way, I just want her to feel comfortable. And if there's a guy in the house, especially somebody that's not her father, that could make her feel uncomfortable. I wanted to make her feel uncomfortable. I don't want her feeling like any man, she should just take it all off for him. Just feel comfortable sitting any kind of way, and there's a man and so no. We were brought up, certain things is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. Even like my little nephew, when my little nephew would be at my house, I wouldn't bathe him and stuff like that. Number one, he wasn't staying a long time. He would sometimes just stay overnight. I told his mother, no, I want him to feel uncomfortable about anybody except for you or his father or his grandmother taking all his clothes off for them. And as much as he loved Auntie, yeah, no, I don't want you feeling comfortable doing that. I was like that with my niece Angel when she went to her friends' houses. The one friend, the lady called me and said, "Oh, Angel, she don't want to take a bath." I said, "Well, ma'am, she's only going to be at your house. I'll be there to get her in the morning. It's just too much ice outside for me to come get her tonight." She had a bath before she left home. She ain't did that much that she need to strip and take off all her clothes in your house. I don't know where you got cameras and stuff in your shit. I didn't exactly say it like that, but I just told her, I said, like she told you, she don't take baths and stuff in other people's houses. She don't get naked in nobody else's house. That's a no-no. Lord forgive me. I say naked. But I'm talking about the kids and how we have to present them. We have to get them set up for this world that they finna be in. And how to conduct yourself and how to know the difference in when someone is asking them or touching them and making them feel uncomfortable. When I heard that young man saying the way you touch me, he was uncomfortable. Somewhere somebody didn't let that young man know. People are not supposed to touch you this way. Like I used to tell my nephew all the time, I used to call it a peanut. I told him that his ding dong, I said, that's a peanut. Nobody is to touch your peanut. If anybody touch your peanut, you come and you tell us. Yeah. We don't play that shit. Nobody touch your peanut and nobody asks you to take all your clothes off. The only person that you take all your clothes off is for mommy when it's bath time. You gotta get these kids ready for this. They don't know. We have to tell them. Hey, cool ass chick. Hey. What's up, baby? Good morning. You have to get them prepared for this world that they getting ready to be in. Because if that young man didn't know that Lemon had touched him, according to him, in a way that made him feel uncomfortable, perhaps he would have found himself naked in Lemon's bed. And anything could have happened. But somewhere that young man, whatever the good stuff was, whatever happened at Lemon's place and finding himself in Lemon's bed, something made that young man sober up and say, what the fuck am I doing? What the hell is going on here? How did I end up in, according to him and the other person, in this stranger's motherfucking bed? What the fuck? Yeah. So when he came to and he was sober, is what I got, or sober enough to talk and know that I'm about to let this big motherfucker know I mean business. Nigga, don't you ever touch me like that again. Don't you ever do this, that, and the other. He was letting them know. And just because he may be, it doesn't mean he should be touched. Right. Or taken advantage of. Exactly. The whole thing is sick. It is. And a lot of times, and this is what I was getting from Lemon that he don't realize. A lot of times people that do these things, they will do just what Lemon was doing, highlighting this other person's flaws. That's not enough to keep you and from somebody looking at you crazy. You highlighting this man, he got this drug by and he drank this and he do this and he was talking to himself and all of that. That's not enough. If they get them authorities on your ass, that's not enough for them to say, okay. And if you knew he had all this going on, then why are you keeping company with him? If you know all of this is going on, they're gonna really keen in on your ass and say, this is why you was trying to lure him into your house. Like I said earlier. I seen Lemon's house. Lemon got other places that young man could have sat in Lemon's house and sobered himself up. That would have been appropriate. He got living room furniture. He got chairs. Why did that young man have to end up in your bed? Make that make sense. It doesn't. And I don't care how much you laugh and talk over it and all of that other shit. No. Hey, Brown Beauty World. Good morning. Good morning. No, that's not enough. Like I said, you better wake up. If anything, you better do a whole about face. Some things don't look good because it ain't no good. That part. He says, butt was wet. I was like, OMG. That's what I'm saying, Dreamy. That's what I'm saying. All of that can be used against him. That's why I said, don't let people put you in those positions. You got to know that for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Know some things for yourself. Learn the danger signs. Learn. Don't let it be that somebody put some clinchers on your wrists for you to say, oh shit, I stay away from that type of stuff. Hell no. Don't let it be like that. Get yourself about it. Like I said, that Nature Boy and all of them and Puff Daddies and all of these people that then found themselves behind bars thinking that they had the perfect alibi for whatever may happen or whatever may be said and all of this shit. I remember when they came and got Nature Boy with all them helicopters and all of that shit. And I said to myself, he done did it now. He thought he had the perfect thing. I didn't touch him. I didn't hit him. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I got it even. His whole thing was he always taped everything. He always made it where everybody can see and everybody can. He thought he had the perfect thing. Mm-mm. Somewhere you're benefiting. Somewhere you're benefiting. Somewhere this is making you feel some kind of way. And when you got a group of people around you that's supporting that shit, that's disgusting. See, I stay away from that type of shit because I'm telling you right now, let one of mine come to me and let me know that some shit like that went down. Huh? Let one come and tell me that. That's another reason when and I know I shouldn't talk about her much, but when the young lady came over here, and y'all know who I'm talking about, the one who put my address and stuff out, and that was one of the things that she had said to me. She said, well, Krista, you're the type of person that you would know that something that this person is doing something to somebody and you would be okay with it. You would still be sitting up there. And I told her, oh, no, no, no. Now you got me fucked up. Now you got me all the way fucked up. Because if anybody know anything about me, get the fuck up out of here. You got me fucked up. When it comes to our children, fuck that. No, 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 no. No, not me. But now we see. But now we see some of the people who will still support somebody after hearing what they heard. Now I heard a couple of people playing that on their videos, and they was like, now wait a minute. Did I hear what I just heard? Hold on now. You know, I mean, I ain't, hey, but not when it come to children. And I was thinking to myself, that's right. And the one young lady, I'm not going to say her name, when I heard her saying that, I said, I feel her. Because you know what? She got a son. She got a son. And the only thing I'm doing is I'm looking back at the young man that said that all of this happened and all of this and how he said it. That's where my heart is. That's what keeps ringing in my ear. The words that young man said. That's what keeps ringing in my ear. Not what this supposedly get drunk, hang out online and forget what they done said and did and all of this other stuff. Not what the fuck they had to say. I keep hearing that young man's words. Brown Beauty World. But these people are so weird to me, being so obsessed about this man sexually. But why do they have to prove so hard that this man is in the alphabet community because they want him? And it's not even in Brown's Beauty World. I get what you're saying about that. It's not even that part. I mean, I could care that. Who cares? You know, and I'm not saying what you said is who cares. But I'm talking about my whole thing with him when I had first mentioned as far as his niece and stuff. I told him, I said, that little girl needs to be with other kids. She needs to be around other children. And I also said, it doesn't look nice that she's in this house and stuff with you. Because supposedly, allegedly, or however y'all want to call it, Ali, that she was just there every now and then. Okay. But it was enough, and it was more times that she was there. Now I don't know what the state of anything is now, but the whole thing is she don't need to be locked up with some grown ass man like this. It just doesn't look nice. It doesn't look nice, and anything can come out of that. Kids can lie, not just for her or to say that he would actually do something to her, but at the same time for him to protect himself. You think you protecting yourself because you were online with other people and showing them how this man was driving and this, that, and the other thing. And at the same time, this man is telling you, but I ended up in your bedroom with a wet ass. But I was online the whole time and they could see this, that, and the other thing. That's not your protection. If that man if he keep thinking about what he's thinking about, or tell that to the right person and they tell him to get together with these other ones and y'all talk about this and y'all discuss this and that, and they get together and turn that shit over to the fucking authorities and play back this shit that's going on all over line. No, get yourself up out of that. If nothing happened, thank God it didn't happen. Now walk away from that shit. Get yourself up out of that. Get yourself out that situation. It don't look nice. It don't sound nice. And it ain't too many of us that got young people in our life that is not hearing that what that young man said in our ear constantly. I know I even discussed it with a few people in my personal life, and they was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, listen to this." When I heard that yesterday from Shakim's live and they was talking about it, I said, "Oh, uh-uh. Good morning, Kim. Good morning." Kim said, "Amen." I couldn't get them words out my head. I still can't get that out my head. And then some of it, like I said, is because I had a friend, like I was telling y'all yesterday, my best friend that was being molested by the pastor of the church, that was smiling, grinning, praying for people. The community thought he was just this wonderful man and all of this stuff. But look how he was hurting my friend. To the point where that affects her to this day when it comes to relationships. There is times that even now, she's 54. There is times now that she cry about that happened to her in her childhood. There's times that she says she still have nightmares about that. But a lot of that, believe it or not, came because my mother even told her mom. Her mother didn't want to make a bigger deal out of it. You know, she just thought, okay, well, we're not letting them go to that church no more and blah, blah, blah. But my mother even told her, you got to get her some counseling because you don't know how that's going to affect her when she get older. And sometimes we have the words and churches and stuff is okay, but sometimes it's so much other stuff going on. You need to get some professionals in here and let them come talk to that person. And she oftentimes says that. She said, I wish my mom would have, got me some counseling or something. And it's real hard for her when people get to talking about pastors and this, that, and the other thing. And even for myself, I don't trust them. Nope. My trust is in God. My trust is in God. I don't trust. No, thank you. I remember my mother went to this one church and she had my niece with her. And the one day she said that she was looking for my niece. And I said, what you mean you was looking for her? And well, my mother said, well, she was with the pastor and they had her, they had asked her, would she clean up the little gum, the paper, the candy paper that they had left outside on the stoops. I said, well, where was the pastor at? when she was out there doing this? Was he anywhere near her? Was he? And even when I got my niece to my house, I questioned her. I said, did he say anything to you? Did he? And she's like, no, auntie, no. He just asked me. His wife was there, and they had gave me a little bag, and I had went out there, and his wife, she was standing out there too with me, while I was picking up the paper because she can't bend over. I said, okay, but where was that man at? Where was he at? Because I don't trust him. Fuck that. I don't trust him. It's too much of that shit that go on. And then it's looked over because of who a person is. And now y'all got this goddamn alcoholic running around on this motherfucker, offending people and touching people inappropriately and all of this other shit. And y'all think that shit is okay? Get the fuck up out of here. I don't trust that shit. And now it then came clear. It then came to the goddamn light. It's no more that, just Krista just mad at him and just Krista. No, I told y'all from the beginning, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it, and I don't give a fuck who get mad. I told y'all before, I said it's a reason why that person got that motherfucking offended and that goddamn upset about what the fuck I said. You don't get that goddamn offended and that motherfucking upset about somebody just telling a motherfucking lie on you. But baby, let them speak the motherfucking truth. Let them speak the goddamn truth. Yeah, okay. Which Kim said, what kills me is that he only has smoke for Jay Wilson when we all saw and heard what's going on peace. Exactly. The only one who holds his feet to the fire. Yeah. It was a lot of, I didn't like that shit. Especially when I see it coming from people that got children. You got children and you heard what that young man said and you sitting up here, you think what this big grown motherfucker is saying is cute? This motherfucker supposedly got their own goddamn house, and the only room in the motherfucking house you can invite this man to is your goddamn bedroom. In my lovely love voice, you lying to me. The fuck up out of here. Fuck that. I don't want shit to do with you. Nothing. Kim, good morning. We was on the same page. Okay. NASA, good morning. Good morning. Yes, all is well. All is well. She questioned him immediately. No outrage. No outage. He calls himself Dragon J. Wilson and so on. But maybe Lemon should be taking notes. Yes, he should. Like I said, I'm not saying something happened except for what they said happened. But baby, you better get yourself about that position. It don't look good. You better get yourself up out of that. But why is it always thoughts of sexual deviance? Uh-oh, wait a minute, y'all. I'm sorry. Somebody calling my other phone. You can wait. He didn't like Jay Wilson's delivery. I get it, but he was right. Those boys said, we gonna take care of you. That's the part. That's the part too. He said, we got plans for you. Who is we? That's why I said he better think. I'm not just being some kind of way towards him. I'm just saying I am being some kind of way towards him because he's the older adult here. Okay. And I'm not going to baby no motherfucking adult that's out here got people feeling some kind of motherfucking way. Good morning, sexy voice, Krista. Good morning, Yvonne. I agree with a lot of what you're sharing, but a few of the things you're saying is wild. Have a great day. Yeah, and I'm trying not to say too much. I am, believe it or not. I'm glad I didn't hear it. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. To hear that young man's, when he finds himself behind bars, he will wake up and see. If nothing happened, I wouldn't want that to happen to him because they don't. Huh, jail don't like folks that go up in there for that. Now you go up in there for selling that good stuff and all of that type of stuff, and okay, but that other stuff, okay. Now, good morning, Dreamy. Yeah, they don't. I'm saying pizza is the only one who holds his feet to. Exactly. Yep. I knew what you were saying. Good morning. What up, though? What up, Vic? Oh, thank you. RYT. Good morning, RY. I can't lie. When I heard that young man say immediately about what you said in regards to him babysitting, a couple of people told me that RY. And that's why I said I never ever said that he did something. I was saying it don't look right. It don't seem right. It don't you don't do that, and I understand we're from different parts of the world and different parts of the cities and states and stuff, but that's not a good look. That's not a good look. And then for him to go as far as Kill, I agree. Why? For him to go as far as calling up people and saying this and saying that, again, that's suspicious. So we don't know I don't know if I stopped something from that could have happened. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. And like I said, I'm not trying to blame or now I don't fuck with him, period. I don't fuck with him, period. And then after that conversation, when I heard that young man say yesterday, see, I know then I made the right decision. See, I don't play when it come to children like that. Fuck that. Respect and worldwide. Your integrity is everything. Exactly. So yeah. But y'all, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna get up off that subject because I don't wanna, you know, I can share some things in my opinion. It's my channel. We could talk about some things. Um your integrity. Yes, respect is worldwide. Your integrity is everything. Exactly, Malik. I'm sorry it was covered up by that sign, the dollar sign thing. I couldn't see everything. Good morning, Malik. I am glad you're here. You were done so wrong last night. He was done wrong too? What the world? On Lemon's panel, you did nothing wrong. He's mad because he's not a part of. Oof, that person, Jesus. RNY. Now here's another thing. With all the talk yesterday, I'm inclined to believe that Dragons was telling the truth about him doing. Mm, mhm, mhm. I just saw the clip. OMG. Yeah. Amen, Malik. I keep hearing young man, but let me do this so I can read the whole thing. I keep hearing young men, but if he's 18 years or older, he's an adult. So what's the issue? Well, I think the issue comes in my opinion, and I guess, and I can't speak for others, but I'll try to. Um, is he's younger and he's hanging out with the younger guy is hanging out with the younger people that he's also keeping company with. and he's the big grown adult. Um, Malik 50. Hey, hon, you didn't deserve that last night. Stand on business, my guy. Oh, God, I didn't. I thought only Shauna had something happen. McGee, good, thanks. It's nice word, how it plays out. Content is the issue. What's wrong with people? The young man said he didn't want him touching him. Right. And this young man is able to actually say that and speak out. Somewhere somebody told this young man, you don't keep that to yourself. You tell a motherfucker how they make you feel. Everybody don't teach their kids that. Everybody don't live by that rule when it comes to older people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying for him, I'm talking about him because he's the older adult here. But at the same time, I'm just saying, watch yourself, be careful, get away from those people. And even let's just say for some reason he say, I'm not studying what y'all out here saying. I know these is my friends. Well, then keep your friends off of YouTube. Just keep yourself off of YouTube because you don't know what these YouTubers may do or may say or may whatever. I understand everybody's point of view, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to accuse him of anything and say this and that and all of that. I'm no judge. I'm no jury. I'm just saying for him, protect yourself. No different than I've always said. Protect yourself. Don't let people put you in certain positions where you may need an attorney to get you out of. Hopefully. Wait a minute. Earn white thanks. Give him any attention. I have a real life. I know that's right, Malik. Earn white TV. Those are the exact thoughts. It's more than alcohol, I believe. Shauna went live and snapped. Oh, she did? Okay. She didn't even tell us she went live. I don't feel bad for these content creators that keep going over me for Lemon's attention. May I hit the link for a minute? Oh, Malik, yeah. Yeah, you can hit this link. Malik, I hear you. Don't blame you. This isn't your life like some others. Right. Yeah, I'm highly convinced that I hate they got that thing up there. I'm really convinced that it's like it's complex. Oof. Yeah. I agree, Iron Y. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Good
Malik,
morning. Good morning.
good morning. Good morning.
So, long story short, he asked me a question about the group that Binary was talking about. And I said, okay, Lemon, I'm going to answer your question. I said, let's remember, this is an idea. It's not even concrete. And I've said it before. I said, the talk of our idea will last a long time. Just watch. It'll be content for days. Everybody's going to keep talking about the idea that we talked about. Nobody sat down. We actually talked about it live on Binary Platform, like live. It's not even, it wasn't a secret. I said, but the talk of that, watch how long that
Okay.
be content. So yesterday, after watching him continuously crash out all day, he asked me a question. I said, well, let me ask you a question. I answered your question. I said, but now I'm not understanding because this doesn't sound right to me. I heard you distinctly say that you would fuck up a man's car. Like, what type of shit is that, dog? You sound
I
like a
know.
chick who would bust the windows out of a guy's car. Like,
I was
what?
gonna
I
say
don't get
that.
that.
I've told that to my exes.
So he gets really heated, right? So I'm not even saying nothing. So he starts to go into his thing. I'm like, Lemon, let's be clear, yo. I know you a whole whore, yo. I know you a chump. Like real life, I know you a chump. Nigga would have been slapped the shit out you a long time ago. You don't even understand how the street works. So I don't say anything. So he wants to yell. So I say, okay, I'm not even gonna entertain. I drop down. So I type in the chat, I say, Lolo, why don't you play the song Bust the Windows Out My Car so we all can really get a laugh? Cause you don't understand as a man how that sounds. Hey RNY, I'm gonna bust little Michael Jackson's car up. I can't get to him. Dude, that sound what y'all call it? Zeisty set? Nigga, that sound gay as shit. Flat out.
Exactly.
And I'm not disrespecting those who live that life, but that's come on, who does that? So he
Yep.
wanted to get irate. So I said, okay, Lemon, these my last words to you in the super chat. Lemon, you got to get out of your own way. You self sabotage your own success. And I ain't say nothing else.
hmm This is what I mean, Malik, by when they was first talking about the straight guy panel. When I heard it, I was like, mm, Malik need his own thing because he he comes from like what men, you know what I mean, like what straight men how they feel, you know what I mean, like them other people. No, that is not going to be compared. That cannot compare to. Mm-mm. See, and none of those other men told him that. That didn't sound. Well, even when I heard it, I was like, "What?" You know how many times I told my exes what I'll do to their car? I'm like, men just don't to another man too. I don't know, but that's just me. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I was like, come on. Like, Lemon, let's be clear. Because as I sat and thought about it, before anything, I say, damn, he don't go live on the weekends. Yo, mommy must work during the week overnight. So that's why he don't go live on the weekends. But
Yeah, because he definitely lived with mommy. When I seen that house, when he had me on camera, and then when me and him was on FaceTime, and then that one time he had, face down, and you could see like he was waiting on somebody to walk past or something. And I see like the little shadow thing, and he kept trying to show me this other thing on the table, and I'm looking around like, child, this is some older woman's house. This is not your house.
but hey,
It's, yeah,
but hey,
yeah.
so how have you been?
Huh?
What's going on in your world new?
Um, Mr. Curry, he'll be here for Father's Day. So I'll be off of YouTube for a couple of days. That's why I'm trying to get mine all in and hopefully catch up with everybody. Um, so I'm just looking forward to that and hanging out with family
Oh, so
and just trying to
you,
catch up with
Krista?
all of y'all.
So you, Krista, have a real life and you do go outside? Oh, okay, interesting. Because
Whatever.
right. They say you don't go outside, you don't do this, you don't do that. I'm like,
I can't share. I don't know what's safe to share. You know what I'm saying? Like, and usually if I go out, I'm out with my family and friends, maybe, at my sister's or her and we might be out doing stuff. I don't know what's safe to share. I used to share a lot before. I was always sharing, especially when I was out with my family. My family, they actually enjoyed being on here. But now with all the stuff that go on, Lady Nika warned me. She was like, Krista, this is a different YouTube. This is different now. And yeah, I don't know what's safe to share. Like, yeah, I
oh,
haven't really got that part down pat.
oh
But I
yeah,
do go out.
I
Yeah.
won't
I
ever
go out
share
quite
no,
often.
I won't share no family nothing on here.
Yeah.
And I tell Brooke, don't you dare.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a difference. Like if I send you a picture, or I'll post a picture, and you respect the ethics of family and things like that. But you got folks on here who want to go far left with it. And then when you meet them where they wanted to go, is but you didn't have to do that. I was just trolling. Yeah, you see where trolling got
Mhm.
your ass. So now, what are we
Yeah.
really thinking about? So yeah, I totally understand, but I agree with Lady Nick on that.
Yeah. I don't even, I really, I wanted to share the guy, but I was, I'm scared to, I won't even share which dating app I met him on. I won't share nothing because I don't know how people can, I don't know how they find their business and get their business and what they find out or what they capable of finding out. I just keep it all to myself. Um, I just got together with a couple of YouTubers. Instead of calling him dating guy number 3, what can I call him? They was like, well, let's just call him Curry, Mr. Curry. And so I was like, okay. So we just call him Mr. Curry. But that is so far from his name, you wouldn't believe it, you know.
Hey, look,
But
whatever
yeah.
makes you happy makes us happy. So I ain't. You
Yeah.
can call him X if that's his name. What's up, X? Hey, I ain't.
Yeah, so I just come through and share and talk a little shit on here, Malik, and you know, that's all. Just talk about what's on my mind.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Just
Uh,
hanging out with everybody.
I
But
guess.
I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. I got a couple of phone calls to make. My
Oh yeah,
phone been ringing. My other
it is
phone.
about time for you to eat that toast and coffee at the window. Like one. Let me stop. Let me stop.
I'm a tea drinker. I am actually a tea drinker.
Yeah,
Zimmy!
but by the window with the toast, it's still old ladyish. But hey, you
I
deserve it.
am. I'm her early in the morning.
You
Yeah.
have a great day, Cressida. Enjoy yourself.
You too.
All
God
right.
bless you. And tell Brooke I said hello and good morning, beautiful.
Will do. Thanks.
Okay. Bye bye. Jimmy, what's up? Hey, Mexican woman throw a brick through my window and came outside and she was to cut. I also called. What? Oh, at 12. Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised. He said alcohol. Oh Lord. Good morning, Unique. All right, nothing safe to share in the yeah, RY. No, 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 no. Honey, I am not sharing. I, okay, I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody. A man talking about damaging another man's car is weird. This is hell. It's not the Diddy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it happened a long time ago, Zimmy. Yeah, when I heard that, I was just like, huh? That's what. Oh God, but that's why I'm saying, mm. And people was cool with that. Nobody said, "Did you actually say that you was gonna what to his car?" That is so into your feminine side, you know. I hope I've been very fair. I know a lot of you guys are a big fan of that person's. So I really try to come on here and be fair with my commentary over here on my channel today. I thank you all for coming out and, you know, sharing and participating in the live. Thank you, Malik, for coming up. Bust the windows on his car. When I thought about that and them big wide hips that Roman told us, I said, that's why I call them hips. Yeah, I was 18, 19 years old as well. Over 21 years. Oh, okay. Yeah, honey. Child. Anyway, I tried to be as fair as possible. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. And don't forget to pour into them that pour into you. Pray for them. Pray for everybody so that everybody is prayed for. And welcome everybody to the Potluck Lounge. Y'all, y'all kept me here for over an hour. Y'all know I'll be trying to get it in less than an hour, but I think this was a much needed conversation, you know. Um, and let's just pray that everybody involved do the right things. Okay. And I would hope that hips, yeah, hips. I'll call them hips. You know, because he called me tiny legs, short legs, or whatever he called me. So, and some of his people, that's how they still be addressing me. So that's why I said, okay, call him hips. He'll be known as hips. Yeah, and especially that the Sour Patch Lady. I definitely was sent screenshots of her always calling me tiny legs in different people's chat, when saying things about me. And that's why another reason I said yesterday, did anybody ever find out if that was really a lady or a man? Did anybody? Cuz yeah, that part. You see how I can be? See, I be letting a lot of stuff go. I be acting like I don't see and hear a lot of stuff. But there's people that care about me too and want to make sure that I know what's going on with me too. So that's why I said I call that it. Yeah. Did anybody ever find out besides Lemon? I mean, besides Hips, that now Hips said that it's really a woman. I don't know because I ain't heard nobody else say it. So yeah, and all that makeup. Now I got a lot of makeup too, but I'm all woman. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? That part. Anyway, I don't want to take this into 2 hours. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. And I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Y'all have a great, great weekend. I love y'all. Bye, y'all.